Hello friends, I am your maths faculty from QLS Academy for the topic polynomials. Let's start the learning session. Hope you'll enjoy it. First of all, what are algebraic expressions? Algebraic expressions are mathematical strings of integer constants, variables and algebraic operations like addition, subtraction and multiplication. Now, algebraic expressions can be categorized into 5 types: monomial, binomial, trinomial, polynomial and multinomial. In this session, we will be learning about polynomials and some terminology related to it. So friends, in mathematics, a polynomial is an expression consisting of variables and coefficients that involves only the operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication and non-negative integer exponents of variables. An example of a polynomial of a single variable or indeterminate x is x square minus 4x plus 7. एक और polynomial लेते हैं x cube plus 2xyz square minus yz plus 1. I repeat, x cube plus 2xyz square minus yz plus 1. इसमें 3 variables हैं x, y and z. Let us look at some more examples. 5x cube minus 4x square minus 6x minus 3. This is a polynomial in variable x. Now 5 plus 8x to the power 3 by 2 plus 4x to the power minus 2. This is an expression in x but not a polynomial in x. This means that the exponents of the variables in the expression must be whole numbers. Only then the expression is called a polynomial. The exponents must not be fractional, irrational or negative. Now I am sure you must be wondering what is an irrational number. Friends, numbers are classified as natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers and real numbers. Now what are rational and irrational numbers? Irrational numbers are non-terminating and non-repeating numbers. For example, 0.23, 233, 2333 and so on. I repeat, 0.23, 233, 2333 and so on. ये एक rational number है because it is non-terminating, that is ये खत्म नहीं होता, and non-repeating, that is numbers किसी specific order में repeat नहीं हो रहे. Now square roots of numbers that are not perfect squares are also irrational numbers. For example, root 30, root 90, root 7, etc. A rational number can be written as a decimal number that either terminates or repeats. For example, 3 by 4, which is equal to 0.75, and this number terminates. Let us take another example, 3 by 11, which is equal to 0.27272727 and so on, that is it repeats. Now what are polynomials in one variable? A polynomial in one variable means an algebraic expression having a single variable in all its terms, and the powers or exponents of the variables must be non-negative. The degree of the polynomial is equal to the highest power in the variable. Now 4x plus 1, this is a first degree polynomial. First degree polynomials are called linear. 5x square plus 2x minus 14. This is a second degree polynomial. Second degree polynomials are quadratic. 3x cube minus 18. This is a third degree polynomial. Third degree polynomials are cubic. Now let us consider a square. Since the perimeter of the square is obtained by multiplying the length of the sides of the square with 4. So if the length of the sides is 4 units, then the perimeter would be 4 into 4, that is 16 units. Similarly, if length is 10 units, then perimeter would be 4 into 10, that is 40 units. So if we are to derive a relation between the length of the square and perimeter of the square, the perimeter would be equal to 4x, where x represents the length of the square, which is different for different squares. Hence it is a variable entity. Similarly, as the area of the square is obtained by multiplying the length of the square with itself, so the area comes out to be x into x, that is x square. The same way, the circumference of a circle is obtained by multiplying 2 pi with the radius of the circle. Since the radius may be different for different circles, hence it is a variable. So we get the circumference as 2 pi r, where r is the variable radius of a circle. एक example लेते हैं. Let x square plus 5x plus 7 be a polynomial. So here x square, 5x and 7 are the terms or the building blocks of the polynomial, and the coefficient of x square is 1 and that of 5x is 5. The constant entity in multiplication with the variable entity is called the coefficient. It is the constant numerical factor of a term. Any integer, for example 4, is also a polynomial called constant polynomial, and the number 0 is called zero polynomial. A polynomial can be represented by p of x, g of x, etc., where x is the variable. We may use any other alphabet in place of x like a, b, c, l, m, n, etc. For example, p of x be equal to x square plus 2x plus 5. This is a polynomial in x. Another example, s of u equal to u cube plus 4u is a polynomial in u. Now, a polynomial having just one term is called a monomial. For example, x square, 5x, y cube, etc. A polynomial having two terms is called a binomial. For example, x plus 7, t square minus 6, etc. Another important word related to a polynomial is its degree, about which I told you earlier. The degree of a polynomial is the highest power of the variable present in the polynomial. Keep in mind we are talking about polynomials in one variable right now. Now, the polynomial having degree equal to 1 is called a linear polynomial. The polynomial having degree equal to 2 is called a quadratic polynomial, and a polynomial having degree equal to 3 is called cubic polynomial. Linear polynomial के examples हो सकते हैं 4x plus 5, 7y etc. Quadratic के examples हो सकते हैं x square plus 5x minus 8 या y square plus 8 etc. And cubic के examples हो सकते हैं u cube plus 5u square plus 7 या फिर x cube या y cube etc. Zero polynomial जो कि है 0, इसकी डिग्री डिफाइन नहीं होती. Now the term with the highest exponent is known as the leading term. I repeat, the term with the highest exponent is known as the leading term, and the coefficient of the leading term is called as the leading coefficient. Now, a polynomial can be plotted on a two-dimensional graph, and this graph comes out to be a continuous graph, that is without any breaks. Now, what are zeros of a polynomial? A zero of a polynomial function is a number which, when put in place of the variable, gives the value of the polynomial equal to 0. A zero is also called the root of the polynomial. For example, let there be a polynomial p of x which is equal to 2x plus 1. The zero or root of this polynomial would be the number that, on putting in place of x, makes the value of the polynomial equal to 0. It is clear that the 0 would be minus 1 by 2. Consider another equation, q of y equal to y square minus 5y plus 4. The roots of this equation are 1 and 4, because if we put 1 or 4 in place of y, the value of this polynomial q of y becomes 0. Consider another example, p of y equal to y square minus 2y plus 1. The roots of y in this polynomial are called repeated roots. The roots are 1 and 1. This may sound odd, but this is how it is. This is because the number of roots of a polynomial is equal to the degree of the polynomial. Here the examples we took had degree 2, that is, they are quadratic polynomials. So they have two roots. The roots may be distinct or same. So in this session we learnt about polynomials in one variable and the zeros of a polynomial. We also learnt about some basic terminology about polynomials like terms, coefficient, degree, etc. We shall learn more in the coming sessions. Hope you enjoyed the session. For any information or queries, kindly go to the link given below.